Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special day here in the land of the Tigers. We're here to salute a group of students who have committed to excellence over the past year. All you guys know that we felt the hardships of a horrendous pandemic. These students have waited time and they fulfilled their dreams and the dreams that we set forth for them. This is a very important moment in their life, and it's also a special moment for the support staff here at Middleton High School who sought to see them through this process. So again, before we commit to the ceremony, let's give every last individual student up here a huge hand clap. Before we start the signing process, we're going to ask that our APA, also our AD, our athletic director here at Middleton High School, Mr. Henry Washington, share a few words to the signees. Give him a hand clap for these times.
I'd like to thank y'all for coming out. On behalf of Middleton, our principal just walked in his body. On behalf of Middleton, this is what it's all about. I know a lot of people watch sports and they think it's all about wins and losses, but it's not. It's way bigger than wins and losses. It is our goal to help mold young men and women and prepare them for the real world as much as we can. And I tell young folks all the time, we do our part, you do your part, we make it 100%, and we're gonna get you ready for the next level. So these students have prepared themselves for the next level. We are very proud of them. We always say in the land of the Tigers, once a Tiger, always a Tiger, so they are always welcome back. And as they go off into the world, we always challenge our students to come back and pull somebody else up with them as they succeed. And that's what they will do, and we plan to see them do big things out here in the world, and we wish them the best. You always have a home here in the land of the Tigers.
Most definitely.
In extension to what Mr. Washington has already said, the thing that I like to always emphasize is that we always say that we have scholar athletes. Scholar athletes. And that term is something that will be pressed and always used as we look at our Middleton athletes, the scholar athletes. So the first thing we always press is that they do well in school. You know, there's many athletes that come, I've seen them from being an athletic director at Little League, some of the best athletes that we've ever seen that never make it into high school. We get into the high school level, some of the best athletes that we've ever seen never make it to that next level. The thing that gets you over, and we will always stress here, is your academic prowess. So the thing is we need you to do your best in your classes. That's what's going to keep you in college. That's what's going to help you to actually self-actualize and realize and accomplish that dream that's out there in front of you. So I applaud you, and hey, just like Mr. Washington said, once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Please come back. Come back, and as you gain that experience out there in the world, I need you to come back and talk to my kids. Come back and talk to the kids so that we can help to keep this train going. All right. Again, congratulations.
Before he signs, we're going to ask that his defensive coordinator, Mr. Jose Morales, approach the podium and share a few words and thoughts on this young man. All right, give Mr. Morales a hand clap.
So, I'm Coach Morales, defensive coordinator here at Middleton High School. I actually met Tyron his 9th grade year when he was still playing Little League for the Hurricanes. And I was his hope teacher, and boy was that a grind. Trying to keep that kid awake was a mission, all right? But Tyron ended up coming out that spring of his 9th grade, and he played for me. He played the position that I coach, which is that linebacker, strong safety type position. And I saw something in him, but I felt that I needed to challenge him. So Tyron sat behind a senior that year, and I could just see the frustration in his eyes. He was always right behind me. Coach, put me in. Coach, put me in. Coach, put me in. But I think now we can say that you just had to grow a little bit right? And then once he achieved that growth, it turned into what we saw. I mean, if you came to a game on Friday night, you heard about number 11, right? I mean, our announcer didn't even say his name to that point. He just, there go that man, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the type of player he was. And at the same token, it's a tribute to the type of person that he is. Tyron is relentless. He works hard, right? When he sets his mind to something, he's gonna accomplish it, one way or another. And if he can't, he's gonna push himself to that brink as close as he can to that benchmark. And, you know, when you left, I was hurt, you know what I'm saying? But when you came back, I was twice as happy, you know? And I couldn't be more proud of you, man. You know, from here to here, boy, you done took some leaps and bounds, man. All right? You know, maturity-wise, academically, and then, of course, on that field, right? So I'm proud of you, man. I can't wait to see how, you know, you make that transition and how you just continue to grow. All right?
Coach Morales, going to ask that you share some words. D-Jack as well.
Love you, man. Good job. Congratulations.
All right, go ahead, Coach.
Right now?
Yep.
All right. Again, I'm coaching. No, I'm just kidding. This is Derek Jackson, all right? Derek is one of them kids that at the same time I had in the 9th grade class, in the same class with Tyron, actually the same Hope class. And Derek was also one of them kids that played 9th grade at the varsity level in Little League. And I remember going to a Saturday practice for a Little League just to watch because I knew somebody who coached. And he was like, yo, you're at Middleton? I wore a Middleton football shirt. He was like, yo, you're at Middleton? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, let me tell you, you got this kid named Derek Jackson on campus. This kid's a beast. And I'm like, wait a minute. I got a kid named Derek Jackson in my class. So I asked Derek, I said, hey, Derek, you play football? He said, yeah, I play for the West Tampa Spartans. I said, oh my gosh. I said, look, man, we just got to get you out there. All right. Derek came out and he just instantly, like, just excelled. You know, he worked hard. He did everything that you asked him to do. He didn't talk back, all right? And he gave you maximum effort at all times. To the point where, as a defensive coach, I had to fight with the offensive coaches to try to get him to play defense because they just wanted him to play offense. And obviously I wanted him to play defense. But Derek didn't waver either which way. If you asked him to play offense, he's
in this picture, approach the podium at this. What we consider a role model student athlete in Atlanta Tigers. Mr. Trey Davis is a ball of energy. He always motivates his peers around the school. He motivates his peers in his neighborhood. Even sometimes he motivates me when I come into work and I'm not having a great day. I want to miss this young man. I shared a lot of fond memories with this young man. I saw him grow as a person. I saw him grow as a leader. I want to ask that his college career counselor, if she's in here.
He said he's good. You good? Yep.
All right, give him another. He's a great young man. Upon meeting him, when he came to Middleton, he had the most humble spirit that I've ever seen in my life. It's been a pleasure to coach this young man this year. It's been a pleasure to cultivate some of those leadership traits within him this year. It's been a pleasure to learn from this young man this year about being humble. Without further ado, I'm going to ask Mr. Anthony Davis to approach the signing table this time. All right. Track athletes, man, and also a very stupendous student here.
here at Middleton High School. I got a lot to say about it, but you know, I'm gonna turn the bridge and I'm gonna allow one of the track coaches, Mr. Jose Morales, to share some thoughts about her before we move into the science field.
All right, so is Miss Kendall Johnson, all right, women's track. All right, so a little bit about Kendall, all right. Those of you that don't know, I do coach girls track as well, all right. Kendall came to us from a school across the way that we don't really like to talk about,
Right.
all right. But she's a tiger, right? As Mr. Washington said earlier in his speech, once a tiger, always a tiger. All right, and in the short amount of time that we were able to share these experiences with Kendall, she's just taught me so much, all right, as a track coach. She's an extremely hard worker. She's super competitive, all right. She's gonna push herself, all right. You know, when the season first started and she came in, she was just grinding in the weight room. And I remember Coach Rackard, he kind of tested her one time. We were doing floor work, and we were all in push-up position. All right, and then Coach Rackard goes, "All right, girls, you guys can do modified push-ups. Means you can get on your knees." And Kendall was right in front of him, and he goes, "You can get on your knees." She said, "For what?" And she just like knocking them out, bam, bam, keeping up with all the boys, right? And right there, we were like, "Whoa, this girl here's something. She's serious." All right, and that transition from the weight room to the track to practice to track meets, she never gave up. She always gave it everything she had, and she always wanted to do a little bit more. All right, she could PR, and she'd be like, "All right, that's cool, but I'm ready to go and knock it down a little bit further." All right, she's a tremendous student, obviously, because she is graduating early. All right, which is an accomplishment in and of itself. All right, but without further ado, Miss Kendall Johnson, Hampton University Pirates.